Let's see what this is. You welcome from another place. I don't know my land. Come what way? No, it's a welcome. It's a welcome. I'll show you people had you
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program this morning. Bystanders at the instance. I'm Christian Chuko. Yes, we are right here at Okada to get people talking on the topical issues that we have this morning. Today is the 19th of August, 2022. I'm here to get you to contribute to the reports that we have on the national dailies. Once again, welcome to the program. My committed analysts, they are here this morning to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Once again, I'll say there's a link that will be posted on the live chat. Click on that link so that you can be part of the program and you contribute to what we are discussing this morning. I have the Vanguard with me. The Vanguard. I also have the Nation newspaper, the Vanguard, and the Nation newspaper. Let's start from the Nation newspaper. Agwebo Imafidon, good morning. Yes, Early Bird, Agwebo Imafidon, good morning. Godwin Mweziama, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Godwin. Let's have many people online this morning. It seems we are going to give Mr. Agwebo Imafidon an award for being early to the program. As you can see, we're in Ogba, and we have bystanders deliberating on the topical issues that we have this morning. Once again, welcome to the program. Let me start with the Nation. Waka Waka TV. Good morning, Mr. Waka Waka TV. Good morning. I see you. I see your face is showing and your shoe is shining. Okay. The nation is about this morning. Let's look at the headline. Federal government insists on no work, no pay rule for varsity workers. Ahmed Alaga. Good morning, Mr. Ahmed Alaga. Federal government insists on no work, no pay rule for varsity workers. Government and ASU differ on salaries, payment platforms, students to sue teachers and ministers. The government has asked students to sue their lecturers over the strike. Strike entering its sixth month. The federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, yesterday shed light on why their Tuesday meeting to end the over 6 month strike ended in a deadlock, while the government claimed that ASU's insistence deadlock on the provocative indifference of the government. Minister of Education Adamu, who spoke for the government at the weekly ministerial briefing organized by the Presidential Communication Team in Abuja, said President Muhammadu Buhari flatly rejected the payment of the salary backlog. All contentious issues between the government and ASU have been settled, except the quest for member salaries for the period of the strike to be paid, a demand that President Buhari has flatly rejected. Adamu said the minister advised ASU to see the no work, no salary stance of the government as its members' compensation to students for the period they have stayed at home. No work, no pay for striking varsity workers. Tinubu Shetima ticket best for Nigeria now, says APC chair. Tinubu Shetima ticket best for Nigeria now, says APC chair. What transpired during Obasanjo APC candidate Pali? What transpired during Obasanjo APC candidate Pali? The Tinubu Shetima ticket is the best for Nigeria now. All Progressive Congress National Chairman Senator Abdullahi Adamu said yesterday. Adamu, who spoke with the British Broadcasting Corporation also service, said the ticket is the best winning strategy for the ruling party in next year's election. Also yesterday, House of Representatives Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila, who accompanied the President's Child Standard Bearer Asiwaju Bola Tinubu on a visit to former President Olusegun Obasanjo in Abeokuta on Wednesday, said the former leader was favorably disposed to his candidature. Adamu said while everybody is in a democracy cannot be convinced to embark on the same course of action, there is overwhelming evidence that the same faith ticket is the best option. Mr. Sunday, good morning. Andrew Kudumi, good morning. Ahmed Alaga, good morning. Ramsey Ezigbo, good morning. $480 million Paris Club refund our case against Malami by governors. It seems the governors are not taking it easy with Malami. The hastiness at which he used in paying the consultants for this fund in millions of dollars. Lagos extend Okada ban to 4 more councils. Lagos extend Okada ban to 4 more councils. That is on page 30. Let's get to see the councils that has been affected by the Okada ban. Okay, we have Ikosi Sherry Local Council Development Area, Agbo Iketu Local Council Development Area, Oshodi Solo Local Government, yes, Kosufe Local Government, Isolo LCDA, Chomolu Local Government, Bariga LCDA, Mushi Local Government, Ojolowo LCDA. The ban goes into operation on September 1st, 2022. Monarchs have advised Onlu on a total ban on Okada operations in Lagos, and this has resulted to the ban in 4 more local government areas: Kosofe local government, Oshodi Solo local government, Chomolu local government, and Mushi local government area. Let's look at other reports this morning. Government weighs options on petrol subsidy cash. A revelation that 18.69 billion naira is being paid every day on the subsidy, paid to marketers on the subsidy. 69 billion naira every day. That's what the government pays on subsidy to marketers. Landing cost now 448 naira per liter. Landing cost now 448 naira per liter. That means if we take away subsidy, we are likely going to buy petrol for 500 naira. I don't want to read this story, but let me read it for some of us. Daily petrol subsidy payment has hit 18.397 billion naira, according to the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed. She said it yesterday. It means the government will pay at least 6.715 trillion in a year on petrol subsidy. But whether the regime will remain will soon be determined by stakeholders. Ahmed said the federal government plans a meeting of oil and gas industry players, political parties, and labor unions on the desirability or otherwise of the subsidy regime. She spoke at the House of Representatives investigative hearing on petroleum subsidy. Remember, 18 point, the same 18 point, over 18 billion that was used in clearing grasses. That is according to the House of Representatives as they probe the agricultural sector, NSCTA. Yeah. And let's look at other reports this morning. Buhari orders security agents to kill terrorists in their den. Buhari orders security agents to kill terrorists in their den. Which other stories that we have not? How shutdown of national grid threatened the Nigeria security? I'm Mr. David. Come on, Mr. David. Yeah, let's start with.
Good morning to you, Mr. Chukwu. Very wonderful morning. And thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. I believe after today we'll go and know how the day is going to be.
Probably that's if you are ready to host me.
Okay, how shutdown of national grid threatening Nigeria's security expert has spoken. It seems the government listened to these electricity workers. But look at ASU. Let's compare and contrast.
Mr. Christian, that sector is a very key sector.
It's a very key sector, but the ASU
in Nigeria economy, you know that. Now when there is no power in this part of the world, according to you, and then you said something, said see, the Nigerian government loses close to about how much a day, trillion. Now see, that sector contributes roughly like there's amount of the figure you called. You said, 3 billion daily. So if such sector should go on strike for 2 weeks, so imagine how much government would lose. Now, and moreover, majority of these government parastatals use power. Even in as much as see, there is still listener generator for them to back up all their energy stuff, but majority of them make use of this energy power. And now, if you don't have energy in return, so that means it's as if the whole country is in chaos now. And this sector forks out 3 something billion naira a day. Now, how much do ASU generate for that government? And moreover, when you talk about ASU, their children and their wards are not in this tertiary institution. So these people would not want to invest in a sector whereby they will not make profit. They are making profit here. Who owns discos? Majority of these people owns discos. Majority of them owns this transmission company. Majority of them owns Gencos. Where they generate power, it's been owned by majority of these political leaders. It's still owned by political leaders. So they will not want to miss a dime a day. They don't want to lose because it's like shutting down their means of livelihood. Yes. So this one affects them personally. It is what affecting their own business. As their business, as a public thing. So now this majority of them own these Gencos, and this Genco is being run and managed by them. Majority of them own this TCN, and this TCN is being managed and then owned by them.
TCN is controlled by the government.
Government just has somewhat just minute. Government just has little shares there. There's some private. You still have some private individuals who bought shares in this TCN. Now this goes to private individual own discos. So these people at the political class. So they will not want their business to be shut down within the seconds. They want to make profit. They want to make profit at the expense of Nigerians.
Okay, let's look at the varsity strike. Federal government insists on no work, no pay policy.
I told you this policy would only worsen. It will only worsen this ASU strike. Some persons have been on ground. The striking lecturers have been on ground for 6 months. Now you are still bringing a harsh policy on them. No work, no pay. But rather than you trying to resolve this thing, this issue of ASU that has been lingering for about 6 months. 6 months is just one section. Now in every academic calendar, you have 3 months to one semester. And then now, so that means now these students have been on strike for one section. A whole section has been wasted. Yes. Because 3 months, 6 months, probably you go on 1 month break. So probably 7 months in a section. So if it's clock 7 months now, that means now a section
A year.
So that means students who are supposed to move to the next level as now been stagnant to one particular level. Some of them they don't even know they don't even know the level they are, if it's first semester or second semester. So I think the government of the day should reverse this is hard policy on the strike lecturers, because you cannot always say this every time. Now they are trying to look for a solution, rather than now you are still inflicting more pains. These people will not be happy, because whereby you're supposed to be begging them for them to call up the strike. Rather, you are telling them no work, no pay. Now, if you say no work, no pay, who do you want to employ to start teaching these children? Who is at fault? The government is at fault on this agreement, because agreement now, every government has to do with what? Continuity. In as much as even if it's Buhari that signed the agreement or the other time, government has to do with continuity. So let government honor this agreement and pay off these striking lecturers, because their children is not affected. If Buhari's child is affected, Buhari will not sit down and watch his son is at home for 6 months. The governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, said something. He said the government does not have the amount ASU is demanding for. Now, the same man last 2 weeks, his child graduated from a UK university. So why won't he come out in the public and say that? He has the right to say it, because now his son is not in the system. If he's on the system, his son cannot be home for 6 months. Every day he keeps aging. Now, and there's a limit to where you get now. Once you are 28 years old, an employee will tell you you are too old for you to be employed. And now you have now, whose fault is that? Government now. Because those not supposed to even graduate at the age of 24, 25 now will now have their days in school now elongate for some months. Doesn't make sense. Let the government go back to drawing board, and then let this whole ASU strike of a thing. It should be called off. Government is making money.
Okay, let's look at
they're not making money.
What will APC use in campaigning come 2023? Looking at what is happening today.
What would do?
APC use to campaign? Because even the ASU chairman said that don't vote people that their children are studying abroad.
You know, APC has always been a party of built by propaganda. So that lie, they will still fashion out ways to deceive Nigerians. They are saying APC, you will see an average APC supporter, he will tell you Buhari has built, as Buhari has delivered his campaign promises on what? On infrastructure. I keep asking him, where's the infrastructure? He said, rain. Where the rain? You don't enter rain. We don't enter rain. He keeps saying rain. Before you come out, see, APC has always been a party of propaganda. So APC will still look for ways to deceive some gullible Nigerians. Because now, most of them will tell you Buhari has performed in terms of infrastructure. We are the roads. We are the rails. Because if you keep saying infrastructure, go to Lagos Abeokuta road. The road is not completed. Lagos Ibadan road is not completed. Nigerian roads are not terrible. So you keep telling us infrastructure. Where is the infrastructure? Where is the infrastructure? Rather than the present government is just making money all to themselves. Making money to
Okay,
themselves.
federal government has complained that some northern governors are destroying primary education.
That what?
Some northern governors are destroying primary education.
I don't know what to say about that. In the notes, Mr. Christian, just like what you know, education has never been a priority. You know that. It was even the Jonathan government that brought this idea of what Amajeri, that was that these children should go to school from their tender age. He made his policy a program. He said he does not want to see children begging for arms on the streets in the north. He came up with this policy whereby some governors in the north were even against him. Some governors in the north were even against that program by tagging them this was Amajeri school. Now, he built that school for the children who roam around during the school hours. They should be enrolled into school. But now, majority of the governors did not allow that program work because majority of them frustrated that program. In the sense that if these children have been given Western world education, they will not. Majority of the primitive thinking they have, majority of the lies this government in the north sell to them, these people would have a change of mindset and say, no, this is how things is being done. So majority of the governors in the north killed that Amadede program. Rather, they make sure that children in the north, like about 2%, about like 80% of the children in the north do not go to school because once you go to school, you have been enlightened. You can easily differentiate and then distinguish from what is good and what is bad. You can also come and say, no, this government has underperformed. We let us challenge this government policies. What this government is doing is wrong. So now the government over there would want them to remain poor and then stupid. Because you know that if you give them, the best thing you can give a child is education. That is it. Because when you give a child education, he would be able to stand on his toes and say, no, my senator has done wrong. My House of Rep has done wrong. This and government. But the majority of the governors in North frustrated that program. So that those children in return will not counter most of their policies. You see them now.
Okay, let's look lastly. 18.39 billion naira spent on fuel subsidy per day. That's from the federal government.
18 point what?
39 billion naira spent on subsidy per day.
Mr. Christian, that is, to me, I think the government from the previous, since 1999, the government you have had never been a serious government. Are you telling me that out of this money, none of this money can be used to fix our refinery? We are paying heavily for it. Nigerians are paying dearly for it. Just as a result of what? Because we don't have a refinery. Now, the Nigerian government is now enriching individuals, enriching oil marketers. Who are the oil marketers in return? Yes, politicians.
Okay, the oil marketers are the politicians.
Yes, politicians. Yes. Who owns this? Who owns all these oil petrol stations? The politicians. Just using somewhat individual to front. That is why
they use stooge. That is stooge.
Yes, yes, that's what he said. That is stooge. Majority of all these oil companies are being owned by them. So now a politician who is there will not want this oil subsidy to end. Because they are making cool cash from it. So now you ending it is like you removing money from their purse. So I believe.
So what do you think is the solution to this subsidy of the thing?
The solution is what every Nigerians need to come out and speak out, because this government, no government is willing to fix refinery. I bet you no government is willing to fix refining since 1999 till date. How many years is that? Even when Buhari promised to fix it under 4 months, when they came on board, he saw how the marketers were enriching them. I bet you even the minister of state for what for petroleum is making money out of this oil subsidy. Every every key every uh, every every stakeholder in that sector, they are making money. So now why would you think those people would have without a political will to put an end to what oil subsidy? Even Buhari too, who is the minister of petroleum, is Buhari is making money there. So see, I believe it is Nigerians that will say this money they are spending on just to go just to the just to go and refine our own crude oil. You pay some persons. Eh? Now this is time Nigeria is supposed to be making gains because of the Russia and the what Ukraine war. Had it been our refinery is working, but now it's not working. So that's why we find ourselves just enriching some set of people, enriching some set of people
Okay, thank you very much,
in the system.
Mr. David. I have Mazi. Mazi Chico say good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian.
A thing of concern this morning. We saw the news of the money spent on subsidy per day. I just want to respond to that report.
Well, sometimes you may want to think if actually uh, this is a human system and we have human beings with their sense of reasoning working. It's very unfortunate. How can you tell me that for over 200 million people without understanding, without vision, without purpose, without essence of existence, that you have natural endowments, natural deposits in your own soul, and that natural blessing becomes a curse to you. Considering the teeming population of the Nigerian populace and her own youth without any means of livelihood, and you now have a natural resources which you would have harnessed for the good of all, that natural resources becomes a curse upon your country. But this is not a country, it's an insult to describe Nigeria as a country. It's a contraction. Because in all essence, there is nothing that justifies, of course, the claim of being a country. Countries are not run the way this system is run. It's a mere contraction designed, craftily designed to favor less than 1% of the population. Less than 1%. Very negligible number of the people. How can you tell me in a country where you have technocrats, where you have youths that are ready to work, energetic youths, and you can't float common modular refineries to meet local consumption? We are not talking of exporting, local consumption. It's very unfortunate. Why is it that Nigeria cannot refine the crudes in their own country, in their own land? And you are paying 18 points, almost 19 billion daily. Billion daily. You know what that would have done to the masses who are hungry? That would be enough to float even modern refineries. This, needless to talk about other constituents of the crude, which also has economic value importance. Which means you are losing more, you are losing unimaginable wealth given to us or given to the soil, the land for the people that was meant to better the lot of the people. Nigeria has no any reason to have people that are poor within them. In fact, by the natural endowment inherent within this contraption, Nigeria would have been the best, Nigerian citizens would have been the best citizens in the world. People should be paid on regular basis. People resident within this contraption should have some accessible funds from the government. They should be paid for being a citizen of this country. But the reverse is the case. It's so unfortunate.
What do you think is the solution to? They say they can't continue to carry the burden of this humongous amount of money.
You see, this government is not sincere. They came with deceptive propaganda that subsidy regime was absolute fraud, was an outright fraud. While unfortunately, of course, assume position or office, they still retain that fraud. Then who is more fraudulent? Who is a bigger thief? You said that this is not wrong. This is wrong. And when you are given opportunity to right the wrong, you rather aggravated the situation. It's just like giving you money to give to somebody and you stole the money. You have no moral justification. You have lost your sense of personal responsibility and integrity. So this government is more endemic in corruption. In fact, the next name or nickname of this government dispensation is corruption personified. You cannot tell me you fought Jonathan regime or dispensation for supporting, even when Jonathan attempted, of course, to remove subsidy, they moved against it. They mobilized, of course, the gullible ones to attack him. But now you are still now. How can you pay close to 19 billion on daily basis on subsidy on something that you own, something that you should benefit, something that God gave you for the benefits of all? You are not paying. You are losing almost the entire constituent of the crude, which would have created more industries, more opportunities. I mean, wide opportunities for the people, for the children population of the youth. You can see now the people. Some people think that I hate Nigeria. What I hate is the wickedness, is the level of cruelty against humanity. You see, because the people within the corridor of power, from the highest hierarchy to the lowest hierarchy, do not love the country they call their own. This compassion. You cannot tell me you love Nigeria and individuals float the state-of-the-art refiner. They have private individuals within Nigeria, within the political space, political elites, who floated functional refineries, state-of-the-art refineries across the countries of the world. And yet, a whole country that gave them the opportunity to siphon, to loot the country, has no functional refineries. And they cited those refineries in other countries, providing jobs for the youth of those countries, and of course, adding to the GDPs of those countries, while leaving the masses of this country at the mercy of hunger. You see, I don't like saying this because it's not part of me, but for the purpose of emphasis, I will say it. I believe that everybody that is existing, that have existed sometime in life, was helped. So nobody can claim that he's a self-made person, or say the person is very stupid and gullible. What I'm saying is, in respect to my experience yesterday, I thought after my activities Okay, I run some errands, and around 4 p.m. I was somehow hungry, coming from my two. So I have to stop. I wanted to get home, but I feel some discomfort, so I needed to take something. So I moved in one inn. Is it inn or restaurants? Just while I'm being attended to, I saw three young men walk into that place, and I saw them discussing with the manager of that restaurant that please they want to drop their phone. These are young men, and when you see them, you know they are not lazy people. They are people, they are responsible people who, of course, have they are hustling for themselves. They said they have not made sense. This is not 2 p.m. This is 4 after 4. You see, I watched the time. It is 4 p.m. They have not made sense, and they needed to eat something because they are hungry. They pleaded with the man to drop their own phone. It's an Android phone. The man was reluctant and said, "No, I don't do like this. I can't do like this," because they said, "No, we make up for that. Let's just drop on the phone and take food. We are not eating his money." And the man is, and God, fortunately, I believe it's God that led me to that place. And thank God I have some little change left. When I listened to the conversation, into the conversation for about 30 seconds, I called the person. I said, "What is the problem?" He said he needed this. I said, "Okay, how many are you?" They said there are three. And I gave them something. You see, they are just asking for food. And they are willing to drop their phones. These are working phones. Because they needed to eat. But I thank God I am privileged to have added a little, a token to encourage those lives. These are young, vibrant, within their age of 28, 25 or so. You see, selling all these, what do you call accessories or what? They have not messed, not that because they are lazy. This is the situation millions of Nigerians populace have been subjected to. You see, I first said, tears dropped my eyes. I said, what a horrible state that your supposed citizens are hungry and haggard. The only crime they committed because they found themselves within the corruption called Nigeria, where nothing works, where animals, flies, termites swallows billions of dollars of naira. Of recent, you saw where they use 18.9 billion. 18.9 billion, not million, to kill bush. You pay subsidy close to 19 billion per day. ASU has been asking for less than 200 billion for the past 14 years. And you're telling them, say, no work, no salary. You see why God will not leave so many people unpunished? Let them continue to gather. One day, even their generation will not enjoy such wealth. You cannot tell me that all these things are happening and people within the corridor of power, everybody is competent, isn't different about the plight of the people. Imagine these three young men, if they resort to crime because of hunger, or if eventually they die or develop ulcer or whatever, what will you do? What do you say? You can understand the wicked, when I'm talking, the wickedness is unimaginable. And most of the useless people without sense are supporting the system. You say, what are the way forward? The way forward is the dissolution of this country, of this contortion, because it has not served any purpose. It has not served any interest. You can understand the foolishness of those within the corridor of power. You develop, you loot the commonwealth of the people, and you bank them, you store them in foreign banks, building their own economy. And unfortunately, while your old people are languishing in abject poverty, The varsity students, look at, they have lost over 3 years plus of the academic year, because a semester is about 3 to 4 months. So if they have lost 837 days, it means they have lost more than 3 years of their academic life. 3 years plus.
Okay.
Within this cycle of 8 years. Still counting, still counting. And yet, people are billions are being expended on frivolities, are being expended on irrelevant and things that does not add to the welfare or well-being of the citizenry.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi Chikose.
It's so unfortunate, Mr. Christian.
Yes, thank you.
And I believe with this, of course, submissions, you will have a rethink, of course, to reconsider your position as you rightly hold, whether you are in Nigeria or not. Because I can't be a country that is so shameful, that is so insensitive and irresponsible to her own citizens, to her own children. You see, it's so unfortunate. And what else could you say? People are hungry. Somebody told me that I listened to the national leader of the Labour Party, youth leader of the Labour Party. I listened to his revelations. Very sound personality this morning. You see, most of the funds that were raised from foreign, of course, countries to help research and develop the youths in terms of research and other, of course, build capacity has been held by the federal government. Most of the grants for individuals are held by the federal government. Why? Why will you allow your people to be subjected to such level of cruelty? Unimaginable pain and anguish. What a useless state.
I have Otumba. Otumba. Good morning, Otumba.
Yeah,
They're really dressed like an Otumba this morning.
man, Otumba. And I want to add up Ugwe to my Ugwe, yeah, Ugwe, Otumba, Ugwe, everything. That is so be it.
Okay.
You know, it's just a title. Nothing attached to it.
Okay.
Right?
Federal government insists on no work, no payroll for varsity workers. What's the body language of the federal government? How do you look at the body language of the federal government?
The body language is not today. All this madness has not been today. Right? It's not been today. It's always been the norm. That's why I say the garbage, the debris we've been packing together, and it's overwhelming us in this country. We allow the debris to, pile up to this level we had now. And I could remember some years back, likewise, this was same condition they gave to HASU. I think was it Obasanjo time? He asked them to go back. If they don't go back, he even promised them. Even there was a time they told all the laborers that they were protesting that they would replace them with the soldiers. I mean, the oil people, the oil and gas, Pengasan, that they will replace them with soldiers. That soldiers will be bringing in, lifting the oil. If they can't do their work again, they will replace them. So that threat is not today. It's not today. And it's because of the docile. We've been docile for we've been docile for a while. And about the ASU people too. The ASU people, I think the goodies they've been seeing from the students will now make them wake up. Because none of them have ever insisted on the UNESCO convention of 13% of the budget of every country should be allocated to education. But is that one happening? No. And they slept in slumber for everything to deteriorate, to this level. And they're not just waking up. Man, it's too late. It's too late. I was listening to a labor organizing secretary, Redegbo Aslem, this morning. That guy, I was so impressed that this problem of ASU, they've gone to the donors, international, lenders, to secure 150 million euro for them to plow it on the educational system in this country. But the money is touched in one bank, as is so he said. The money is touched in Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank. I think they can quote me if they want to quote me or if they want to hold me. I got evidence of where the statement came out from on national TV, right? On national TV, that the money is touched in one bank. And we're talking corruption, we're talking corruption, we're talking corruption. Corruption is an epidemic that's affected. You know, it's just like COVID that is affecting people during the lockdown there. Corruption has affected nearly 80–90% of the population of this country. Let me tell you that there's a corruption syndromes in the, because a leader lead by example. When the head is rotting, what do you expect the remaining parts of the body? It will affect the remaining parts of the body. That is just it. And I don't want to see ASU themselves have slept in slumber for a while. You know, because the priority
has been a long time.
It's been a long time. But what are the subordinate group that back them up? The labor. The labor woke up after 4 months or 5 months. The ASU has embarked on strike before they woke up from the slumber that they have to protest in support of ASU. That's not the way the protest used to be. That's not the way the activism used to be. From the beginning of the strike, they will have formed that solidarity with the ASU. And is ASU not part of the labor union? Are they not part of the labor union? All sectors of the workers in this country are part of the labor union. I'm not just talking of people like us that are not even employed by government, that we are self-employed. So where is our own space? Did they even consider our own space? Did labor always consider our own space? So everybody has a selfish interest in this country. Politicians have a selfish interest. The labor have a selfish interest. So what are we now saying? It's just how you look. You could see what happened with the national, what's it called, the electricity workers. They shut down the grid, power grid. They don't even care about a organizer that will have to use a light to power, a barber that has to use light to barb, a welder that has to use light. They don't even care about artisans.
They have a right within the constitution.
But they don't.
Protest.
That protest, but that protest don't need to affect the life of other people.
That should be the concern of the federal government.
That should do. It should. But definitely, you weigh things out. Christian, if you have seen horrible issues in our health sector, you would have known what those people did yesterday is very wrong. It's even enough for people to rise up against those people. They are fighting government. They are not fighting masses. You could see 3 billion naira was there was deprived. Economy incentives that people supposed to, that just one day, Nigeria lost 3 billion naira. And where that 3 billion comes from are the private investors, entrepreneurs that don't even have any issue with the government. I can tell you, this same NEPA, I know how many children, little children that were killed because of the laxity of the NEPA. They are all corrupt people. Don't they collect crazy bill? Don't they give you crazy bill before the advent of the prepaid meter? And that prepaid meter said they've turned into business. So I don't pity any one of them. You won't label any one of them. They are for their own. I care for my own survivor because it's a selfish interest thing. Everybody has a selfish interest. You sort yourself before you even think about the other. You won't think about when the population is okay, you'll be okay. But when the population is okay, and it's not okay, and you are stealing money, and you expect peace, you expect harmony, it can never work. So about the ASU, they should fight their battle. After all, majority of those ASU lecturers.
The federal government has told students to sue the lecturers. How do you look at that?
As I look at that, they should ask the federal government who is going to pay for who is going to pay for the lawyer they will hire. Is there any lawyer that will give them a pro bono service? Those days we used to have pro bono services. That's why since the death of Gani Faremi, I've never even seen any erudite lawyer that is fighting for the masses. All of them are fighting for the politician. The politician will steal money, they will hire those lawyers. Lawyers are supposed to be activists. So all sectors of the country is totally decay as it is. So all sector, all professional bodies you're talking of, Where are the lawyers? Are the lawyers fighting for the masses? Those days, you remember lawyer Ganifa and me. He will join them on the protest field. He will join them. He will package his toothbrush, sponge case, everything inside his briefcase that is ready for the works. How many lawyers? And you can see the. I mean, since you've been born, have you ever seen any lawyer that is ready to sacrifice his life that can follow the Ganifa legacy? What's it called? This other one, Akoni Oposu. All of them like that. And we used to know those vibrant ones too. They are still existing. Agbakoba, we used to know him, the Falan of this world. They were very vibrant. They even gingered all this labor more and more and more. And when government see that there's inclusions of the lawyers in the protest, they always, because government always fear the law for them not to encroach the law space.
Femi Falana.
Femi, so he's just too silent a bit now. The way I see him, he's too silent a bit. The struggle of those days, although he's getting old, I'll give it to him. He was part and parcel of Gani. You know, he's the Gani right-hand man. If you see Femi Falana there, if you see Gani, you see Femi beside him. You see Ezekome beside him. You see Agbakova. All of them come together to the protest field. They will support the protesters. It used to happen in Yaba there. Yaba, you can make your research as a journalist. That was the labor union activities in the 80s, in the mid-80s, in the 90s.
So I do see Gani Oimi as a lone man when he wants to do some of his protests. He has
always been. You do see him as a lone man.
Yeah, like
but yes, he has followers. He has prodigies. He has his own prodigies. He has his support. The people he has groomed. He groomed all of them now. He groomed all these guys. All these Agbakoba. They look up to him. Falana, they look up to him. Ezekome, they were both in these chambers. Falana, Ezekome, then Festus Keyamo. They were all product of Gani. But the system has changed. It's like a business lawyer we have now.
Okay,
you know.
Let's move over. Daily petrol subsidy payment has hit 18.397 billion naira.
That's another scam. Department of scam. You know, like a professor of mass media communication. That's the professor I was telling you about yesterday. He said those are all what you are mentioning now are all the potholes that cannot make Nigeria work. We have a lot of potholes we have to patch, and we are not even thinking of patching those potholes. We are still marching on those potholes of the fuel subsidies, potholes of the academical, educational failure, potholes of economic failure, potholes of corruptions, potholes. You could see what's happening. Nigerian Social Trust Fund, they clear grants, they clear. What are they bush with 18 billion? Is it 18 billion or 1.8 billion? Billion. Can you imagine? 18 point something billion. Thank God you could put that point today. And what are they clearing with 18 point something billion? Now bring all the invoice, bring all, they said termites as it. It was monkey that had the money before, that swallowed money. It was snake that swallowed the money. Now it's termites that had the invoice, the document of all what you said you did. So is this a country, for God's sake? Is it a city? And when you talk, you know, and I was telling you, sentiment, these people, as they are hitting the money, they'll throw sentiment down to the docile, you know, youth. And the docile youth will follow them, either from the north, either from the south, either from the, you know, talk of it, middle belt, either from the south, southwest, south, you know, that is the problem. You could see what happened yesterday. The Fulanis have come together now that they want to support their brothers. That's who is their brother, and that's and I was saying it yesterday. Everything is going sentiment in this country. You could see them. They came out boldly. There is only Atiku they can trust. Who is their brother? The Fulani, yes, the Fulani associations. I mean, the truth has to be told. Truth has to be told. So when the nation is trending to that level, why not let us sit down and make it official sentiments? Make all our daily activities the sentimental. This is how do we come, and how can we come through to that level? Let there be referendum. Let there be constitutional review, because deceptive constitution, nobody can work with it as it is. If you bring any messiah, that constitution.
Okay, what's the way forward with this petrol subsidy? ABC government said it's a scam, but they are still paying it. Now they say they cannot continue in that payment. The burden is too much.
They have to still keep paying because that's the trend. That's the trend they met. That's the foundation of subsidy. The foundation of subsidy is not today. That's why I'm still telling you the constitution that makes some people to just gather themselves, abandon the refinery, now national refinery, our national asset. It's not the asset, it's our national asset. To abandon the productivities of that asset, to abandon the enhancement of good productivity of that asset and switch over to subsidy. Who started the subsidies? Who started since 1999? We've been hearing the subsidies. And who are the people they are paying the subsidy to? They are the cronies. And the cronies, they pick them all around the regions. You go and supply so meters of oil, so liters of oil, go and bring so import, It's got to a stage, like 4 years ago, 5, 7, 8 years ago, there are people who are just carrying empty badge to the IC and turn back at the Gulf of Guinea, bring the empty badge, and they'll go to the finance ministry to go and collect their subsidy money. So where are those money? Where are they? It's still in their hand. Let them up. The also issue they want to send to, they can solve it out. Their pocket, they should charge themselves. They should tax all of them. Our money in their hand, they should bring it out to pay house. We have government is making a lot of billionaires every day in this country. Self-made billionaires. I mean, government-made billionaires. They are all over the region. Bring them. Oil, yes. Oil blocks. Look at the oil. Who owns all this oil block? Let them bring all this oil block. Sell the oil blocks. Some of the oil blocks that they acquire. Let them sell it and bring the money back to government coffer to pay all this, because they don't value education. How many of them are educated? Purely educated, really educated.
Thank you very much.
So short?
No, I have more than 10 minutes. You can check it out.
Engineer, I'm going to Ikorodu, mind you. Okay. I'm going to fight a battle with a pastor. Can you imagine? And we're saying Christian, Muslim. Religion is not our problem in this country, as I'm talking to you.
Then somebody said, let me ask the engineer. Tinubu Shetima ticket best for Nigeria now, says APC chair.
That's their choice, and that's my choice too. I don't have option.
So can you convince me?
Convince you? You have your right.
No, I want you to convince
Hello, me. You have your rights. You have your opinion.
I don't have a right to.
No, wait.
Everybody wait. I'm not supporting anybody.
You.
So just
your job. But me, I have my right to support whosoever that I like. I know, yes. Me like this now. I'm supporting Tinubu. So even though they lie, they carry Shongoma, put there. Not to concern me. What I need is a good government.
And you believe
and I believe 100% on this man. So this man is going to do better. Because my spirit don't deceive me. In any way, my spirit tell me that I should not go. If I force myself to go there, I will see something that will make me regret it. So this is the day. God view me and he show me everything about this man. And I know my spirit will never deceive me. And every time I have the confidence of this man. And I know that he's going to deliver good thing for this country.
Okay, let's look at how the visit to Obasanjo. What will you take out of it?
It's a very good idea. Obasanjo is a leader. He's a former president. If at all I know that me now, I don't like Obasanjo, that's not Obasanjo is doing that line. Because Obasanjo is no do something that I like as a former president. When I was president in the ministry, I did not see something tangible that Obasanjo do to Yorubas and Nigeria much. Because now I can see Turbulent Bridge is a IBB. Did it. Anything, create state, IBB create state, Abacha create state. I did not see any state when Abacha create as a military man. You know what I mean? Huh? And it's part of something better achievement for Nigeria.
Remember Tinubu and Obasanjo when he was governor?
You know, in this time around, and Obasanjo is old. I said it yesterday. You need to be doing something that God will be happy with him. Whatever that is committing, and God give him the grace to be 85. With what Obasanjo need now, if you don't want to deceive himself, you need to be serving God and be asking God for forgiveness. Whatever that he did is wrong. So let God forgive him so that he can see the heaven.
Okay, if Tinubu is going to campaign under APC, what do you think they will use to campaign?
He has something to campaign now. Hello, sir.
What are the things?
He has something to campaign.
What is
The government, railway.
Do you use railway?
Railway.
Which one?
Even though I've
Which of the
never
railway?
entered the railway, but I've seen it.
Which of the railway?
From Ibadan to Lagos, Abeokuta to Lagos. You get me? I see that one, and I went to the office by myself. I confirmed it by myself, and in the office is very okay. Make enough sense. Not all those one, when I do before. If you go there, you like the government.
I know.
So that's what we were praying for. That's part of the achievement for Nigeria. You get me now? Because now, when the white book enter, they see the play, they will love it.
Apart from railway, what else?
And in second Nigeria bridge, express on Ibadan, from Onisha to Oka. From Oka.
Is that enough?
I'm coming.
After 7 years.
Hello, from Oka.
After
Let me tell you, the 16 years of PDP, why did you do all those things? He said it's not enough. See, from Ilorin to Jeba, go there. There is a body that did it. From Owerri to Abia. You know.
Do you know the primary?
I went all those ways. I'm
responsibility of the
coming.
government?
I went all those ways. I know it's a responsibility for government, but what I'm saying, the government is not doing it. You are not going to kill the government. You just shall say you are not the government. Look at Ogun State. I kill all the government.
So okay, they are going to use that and campaign.
PDP I do government in Ogun State. APC I did during the former governor. What do you call this? Amosu. The man is the best governor in Ogun State. They did something that people happy. Get me now? So and many governors passed before that man, and another one is there now. And so what I know that government, if the government nice, you remember people to do this thing. You cannot do everything.
What have you benefited in the past 7 years?
You mean me?
Yeah, as in
I
Nigeria.
thank God for my life.
No, everybody.
You
everybody.
asked me.
Okay.
You asked me. I'm not talking about
Apart
anybody.
from your life,
I'm talking about my. I thank God for my life.
The government has the responsibility.
See, when I was born in this Nigeria, I never benefited anything for government. I never do anything free. I never say anything free to give me. You get me now? What I always do, I get money. If I don't have, I manage myself. If I get, I do. Because do the Obasanjo, that's how it be. Do the that's how it be. And this what is do, that's how it be. I can't keep myself. But what I thank God for, God is helping me. He provide for me to eat and to get myself. So I need to thank God because there's any government that give me something. You know, until when I see government that give me something, I say this government is the number one. You get me now? Even at all in this Nigeria now today, Buhari is best president I remember before. But many empowerment that Buhari did. I did not benefit one day, but I have people that benefit very well. I have people that benefit very well. 500,000, 1 million, 750, 4 million, 2 million, many people benefit. Yeah, I know them. It's not something that I will not be telling me say this. I know them pro like this. But I did not benefit. I will not because of that one and say this man say is not do this thing, but I seen it. Even though in the company, say the company, if you register your company, there's another apartment for that one. You get me now? That's 30,000. I have a friend that benefits out of that one. Do you understand me now? In many ways. You get me? But I have people that benefit. But me, I do not benefit. And I cannot keep myself. I cannot because of that one say this might not do it. Because I see people that benefit. One of my brother in Ife, he collects 1.4 million. The boy was using the money now to do his business at the Ife. So I have many people that benefit. People that I know. But me, I do not benefit. I can't keep myself. You get me now?
Let's move on.
I don't know, maybe the next government, I can benefit something.
18.69 billion naira daily payment for petrol subsidy. Every day, 18.69 billion naira.
You know, concerning this subsidy, in January, this matter came outside. Buhari want to remove it. But you look at everything we scatter. He now had another 1.5 years to pay the money. You know what I mean? No? But what's more advice for all this thing? Because if the government say you want to spend this money, I can't stop them. I don't have the right to stop them. What I know, the only advice I can give government, they should try to do our refineries by ourselves. Or they should give people NASA to get refinery in Nigeria. Or they should do each state. They should give all the government the power to do refinery for each state. Like we have a CBN each state. You get me now? So that from there, every state he can be managing the refinery by himself, monitor it.
Okay. Okay.
That from there, Nigeria will be better. You have a fuel. This is our fuel. You don't have to be suffer for what you have.
Okay. Thank you very much, engineer, for the analysis. God bless you. I have Mr. Matthew. Eze Matthew.
What do you mean
Eze
by
Buruburu.
I don't know what you mean by that, honestly.
You said last time I should call you Eze now.
I didn't say so. I said I'm a servant of the living God.
Yeah.
By the grace of the living God.
The servant of God.
By the grace of God.
Okay, engineer said something. I don't know whether I listened to engineer. He said, I asked him if the APC were going to campaign, with what are they going to campaign with? He was neither here nor there, but he said we're going to use infrastructure. I just wanted to put some light on that.
Okay, thank you for having me. Let me make it abundantly clear that I'm not the spokesperson of APC, so I wouldn't know what they use.
Have APC tried in terms of infrastructure?
From my own understanding, we have not seen enough, or rather, the infrastructure we have seen on ground is not in commensurate with the money that is being expended on infrastructure. The area we can majorly say we are seeing some level of infrastructural development is the area that has to do with railway infrastructure. And I can understand that it's a direct agreement between Nigerian government and Exim Bank, the Chinese bank, and some other Chinese financial institutions. Don't forget that at the point, people were trying to ask government to unravel the terms of the contractual agreement. And the government, for reason best known to them, have been shrouded in secrecy. And we hope it is not going to boomerang one day. But to answer your question directly, for me, the infrastructure development we are seeing in Nigeria is not in commensurate that with the money being spent by the current government.
Okay. Re-emphasis. Tinubu Shetima ticket best for Nigeria now. Says APC chair Adamu.
I think as a Nigerian, as an individual, you know my opinion about this, and it has not changed. Personally, I'm of the view that there ought to be inclusiveness. There ought to be national cohesion. Because if you look at the three major political parties currently, the Labour Party, APC, and PDP, what one would have expected is all the parties having their candidates in such a way that it conforms with the Eastern laws, especially the part of the constitution that talks about federal character. Because that constitutional provision frowns at a situation where you give a position, it will not reflect ethnic spread. And because if you look at the position of APC, the way it stands today, it is not supported by federal character. Okay? Because federal character is that when you give a position, it has to reflect geographical spread. And in terms of, it has to reflect ethnic and religious balancing. So for me, what APC did is a recipe for crisis. So there's no way, I didn't support it yesterday, I'm not supporting it today. Because for me, we are talking about the fault lines in Nigeria. And this religious issue is a major fault line. So by the time you are trying to throw up presidential and vice presidential candidates of the same religion, I think you are trying to elevate. We are trying to, in fact, for me, it's a recipe for crisis.
What's going on with ASU? ASU government has said they insisted on no work, no pay rule for varsity workers.
You see, I blame labor union, TUC, NSC, because by now, I don't think government would have been singing in this tone. Because to be quite honest with you, it beats all imagination that the government pay like a attitude towards resolving ASU impasse. For me, I think the right thing to do is to look for funds to solve the ASU issue.
Look for funds.
Yes, because what ASU is asking for is beyond salary. They are not just talking about salary, and the government is trying to blackmail ASU by trying to create impression that all they are talking about is salary. How can you be talking about you are not going to pay them? Whereas in the first place, is the government inaction, government government inaction that led to the strike. Because come to think of it, there is no way ASU would have gone on strike if federal government did not renege on the agreement they had in 2009. I've said it often that severally that government is a continuity. I listened to the chairman of ASU on channels yesterday, this morning, where he was saying that when Jonathan was there in 2009, that Jonathan summoned all the stakeholders and he heard from everybody. As such, there was agreement. And the government of Jonathan started implementation. It would have been honorable for this government to continue in that trajectory, not just missing it. Excuse of posting of fund is not a terrible excuse. Because for me, if we can be discussing 1.48 trillion being expended on carrying around turnaround maintenance of our refineries, borrowing 2.7 trillion to solve our problem is the way to go. Because we are talking about human capital that has to do with the skill, the experience, and the knowledge to drive all area of Nigerian economy, all area of human endeavor. If you get it right with education, you solve half of Nigerian problem. Because the human capital that needed to drive all the process would have been, you would have gotten it right. I'm not surprised that the president, the Senate president, or the government, heads of government of all the respective areas are not taking it serious, because what affects the common man is not affecting them. They have their children schooling abroad. The other day, we saw the cover page of Guardian, where they try to chronicle all the who are who in Nigeria, where they go abroad to celebrate their children when they graduate from foreign universities. You see them go to Canada, go to Israel, go to America, Ukraine, and they get better education at the expense of the common man. So I'm not surprised that they are not taking this serious. But I think the people I blame more is the two leading labor unions, TUC and LSC. They should synergize with ASU and shut down the economy. If they had done that, the federal government would have been forced to do the needful.
The last time, NLC.
They merely gave an ultimatum. I think the ultimatum is still running. But when the ultimatum would have elapsed, I think I encourage them to shut down the economy. That's the only language the government listens to. Anything outside that, for me, when it comes to do with ASU strike, the government have developed thick skin. And they're not ready to look at the government telling the lecturers to go back to the classroom just like that, without addressing the fundamental issues. For me, they need to fund educational sector. We need to get a situation where you see other foreign nationals coming to Nigeria to school to acquire education, because our educational system is working. We need to get a point where we see foreign lecturers coming, Nigeria becoming a destination for them to come and take up lecturing job, because our educational system is working. And you need funding to achieve all this. Okay. So for me, I think the government should look for funds to solve ASU problem.
Let's look at the subsidy payment. The federal government is saying that it is afraid that it can't continue to carry the burden of paying 18.39 billion.
I think it borders on sincerity. I would have sympathized with government if what they are saying, if it were to be true. Because how can you tell me that in 2015 we were consuming average of between 30 to 35 million liters of PMS per day? From that record, while Zainab, the Minister of Budget and National Planning, came to defend the position of that probing about OSM subsidy regime, she did say that we are currently consuming about 64.something million liters a day. For me, I think those figures are not adding up. Because how can you tell me that what pattern of growth would have necessitated consuming 35 million liters a day in 2015, which is even outrageous. Now, you say we are consuming average of 64.7 million liters a day. I don't think it's real. It is on that basis you are paying 18.something billion subsidy on daily basis. For me, I think they would have gotten it right by knowing the actual liter we are consuming. That would now make you to know. You see, one of is talking about blocking leakages. It's interest one, because these are part of what the government need to do to know the actual consumption. Because when you know the actual consumption, you know what you actually need to subsidize the PMS. For me, I do not feel that what they are paying, subsidy they are paying, is the real consumption Nigerians are consuming. So that is the issue I have with subsidy payment. Otherwise, I would have sympathized the government, because it's not easy paying 18.something billion every day. But again, part of a good amount of that money will be going into a personal pocket, private pocket.
Why must I talk fast?
The same way they made us understand that under COVID-19 lockdown, that we are consuming 50 million liters of PMS a day. So why would I believe them when they say we are consuming 64 point something, 64, yes, about 64 point something million liters of PMS a day? For me, those figures are not real.
Okay, would you advise that the subsidy be removed?
Subsidy would have been removed if the government, you see, this government is the architect of their own problem. As we speak, SERAP is in court with federal government because they spent 1.48 trillion to carry about turnaround maintenance of our refineries. Now, if the refineries were refining, will you be talking about importation of all we need to consume? If we are importing what we consume, it wouldn't have been importing 100% of what we consume. But currently, as it stands, we are importing every all we need to consume in terms of PMS is being imported. But if that 1.48 trillion that they use to carry about turnaround maintenance of our refineries were put to good use, and the refineries were up and running, by now, maybe we would have been refining up to maybe 60% of our local consumption. Maybe we would have imported just 40%, and that way the subsidy payment would have been reduced. So me, I do not see. Wait, I'm coming. I'm not doubting the landing cost. My argument is that the quantity of PMS they say we are consuming is not real. And again, if we say remove subsidy, you know the impact of PMS in Nigerian economy. It has multiplier effects. If you remove subsidy, what we are doing is we are throwing up serious inflation, because it's going to reflect in every other human endeavor in Nigeria. So I don't know how the government want to manage it, but they should go and freeze the refinery. Because they freeze the refinery, the issue of importation will drop. The issue of importing refined products will drop. So what I'm saying is, instead of removing subsidy, federal government should freeze the refineries. The 1.48 trillion they spent on turnaround maintenance on the refineries, they should go and look for who have embezzled it, return it, and freeze the refineries.
Okay, that would be for that. Let's look at this Okada ban. Lagos State government extend to 4 more councils.
I think the reason is because the first one they did, they are recording success in enforcement. But personally, I've always said it that you don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. And not the fact that people do not use Okada to perpetrate crime, to commit crime. But that is not sufficient to say you place actual ban on it in some areas. But I can understand that maybe the government feel the Okada is threatening their own business interests. That is why they are coming with this harsh policy. Look at Okada. Okada was a civilized and coordinated hailing transportation system, motorcycle hailing transportation system. But look at how Lagos State government destroyed that business. So for me, I think the right thing to do would have been come in with your policies of regulation and good data system. Okay. Then if you claim people are getting much accident through Okada, which you can see the evidence in the hospitals. I think you still bring in policies that will mitigate the rate of accident, and you bring in safety measures to ensure that people comply with safety measures to save life. But after ban for me is too harsh.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I have Nazira. Good morning. Nazira, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir, we still have the federal government and also lecturers still on it. Federal government insists that no work, no payroll for varsity lecturers.
Another let me call it stringent policy. That's a policy now that I saw it on Arise News or something like that. So no pay, no work, no pay job. That is, they are trying to threaten the striking lecturers in the university. Let me tell you, Buhari can never show love, passion to our educational system.
Can never show love.
Passion, love, yes, because he's not an educated man. No economy in the world could grow without educated people. An educated person must champion any economy of any country to grow, because you must go to school and read. Education matters. No matter how lucky, versatile, smart, or clever you are, you must back it up with education. Do you understand? Buhari is not an educated man. If you look at Obasanjo regime, you find out that Obasanjo favored our educational system. Obasanjo gave...
There was strike for over 80 days.
I know. Over 80 days. Maybe the cost of petroleum, because in 2003, when he, bring up the cost of petrol, do you understand, there was strike. I'm aware. So maybe over petroleum product hike in price, that may have cost that. I don't think it has to do with education. Though they have been striking, but not this long. We are talking about 6 months, 180 days. Students have been sitting at home. I didn't understand. So let me tell you, it is like the way our federal system runs. The government of Nigeria is nothing comparing to some states that are endowed with good human materials. Are you listening to me? Humans like Obi. Do you know that ASU strike does not touch Anambra State University? Yes. Go and read. Search it now. They are not on strike. Obi worked it. It's because of the way Obi worked it by himself. The former ASUTech Oka, the former ASUTech where I think Enugu. Do you understand? See, let me tell you, Anambra State University now, they are not on strike. Make phone call. That's Obi for you. That's another credit for Obi. Are you listening? How could you just turn your back on students? Are you not an educated man? Why should we invite an educated man to be Nigerian president? This is the resultant effect. It is now playing on us. The mistake we made 7 years ago is trying to kick our ass, and it's kicking all of us. Yes, it was a detrimental mistake. Everybody made it 7 years ago. Why must we invite a man that is not learned to be Nigerian president?
Some people are saying that the lecturer should consider
no work, no pay job. If you ask me, is a jungle justice for lecturers. They discussed. They had a meeting with federal government. I think you understand me. I think Patrick Ngige. I think Chris Ngige, what is not the name of Chris Ngige, was the one that met them. She understand, but the offer, what they are giving the universities, that offer is not okay. I didn't understand. So they had no better conclusion than to be apart as usual. Let me tell you, it is the fault of the federal government. Is Nigeria the only country in the world? Are we not a laughing stock to others now? You know that people are just laughing at us. Yes, we've been making fun of ourselves. We use Nigeria. They use Nigeria as an example in other countries. A country that is rubbish by what? Bad governance, bad politicians. everybody in that country that partake in the government of that country called Nigeria, they are bad. We are making fun of ourselves. Do you understand? Okay. Is Ghana not there? What is it that Ghana has? Is Ghana bigger than Anambra State? Is Togo not there? Is Togo bigger than Agege local government? Is Republic of Benin there? Are they not there? Are they bigger than Ogun State? Republic of Benin, they are running well. You have many universities there under federal, and they are paying the lecturers. Students are reading. Even some of Nigerians, they are going to school there. In Togo, they are going to school there. In Ghana, in fact, University of Accra is like Harvard University, because if you go there, no disturbance. You just go and read and come, because their system is working. See, let me tell you, we are the architect of our problem. Everybody should go and get his PVC. I know that APC as a party, they are the one holding it. Yeah, PVC. PVC. Yes, of course. At is it Regina Mundi? What's the name of that Catholic in Surulere? They were doing it. They had 4 machines there. They want to just alleviate all this trouble of staying 10 hours without being, served or registered. So they brought in 4 machines to help them out. Do you know what happened? The thugs, Aboru, in Surulere, do you understand? Went to the church, beat all of them mercilessly, and scattered away the PVC, they already done one, the one in the system, and the machines they are using there. Those 4 machines were scattered away by Aboru, miscreants. I think you understand. Whoa, what is PDP in control of Lagos State? APC. Is Sanwo-Olu a PDP governor? APC. APC is the one hiding PVC in Nigeria. They don't want every canali to register so that they will not be etched out. Because already they know that Odo have Odo na go. It's time for APC to go. Because we have suffered under this regime. We are tired of this regime. We have suffered under APC regime. Association of people without certificate, we are tired, and they must go. APC. Association A, people B, without certificate C. Are you listening to me? They must go. Release PVC if you know you are doing well. Let people do what? Vote for you. No. If Buhari is sincere, he would have given what? Strong directive to the INEC chairman. Maybe Yakub Mohammed, or maybe they have changed to another one. Rito Noche was there in Delta. The woman that was doing wuru-wuru. Do you understand? To favor Buhari, maybe they have given him money. Not maybe, they have given her money. Let me tell you, we need APC, PVC, not APC. We need PVC, every interior, in the urbanity, in the localities. We want everybody to have their car.
Can you share your experience?
Say what?
Can you share your experience?
My experience, I was at Ojodu local government there. I went there as early as 6 o'clock. On getting to that place, I look at, I guess, on the paper where people were, were taking down their name. I was thinking that I should be like number 9 or 10. I saw at 5. I said, Madam, where are these people? He said, no, must they be here? I said, Madam, where are these people, Madam? He said, must they be here? Write your own. I was number 35. Let me tell you, I stayed. 3 o'clock, I was not registered. 4 o'clock, I saw people buying PVC form with 1,000 naira. I told the guy, I said, what? He said, nah, I will buy my own. I rushed the guy. Nah, give me PVC. Let me give you 1,000. I didn't understand. Before you know it, one Aboru, if he's watching me now, he has white hair. Like of this height, he got a body, say he's a miscreant. So all this weight lifter. He said, nah, don't do that thing when they're doing the southeast. So this place will be southeast. Go to Imo and the Anambra and do it. I said, look at you. Do you understand? I went to do mango there. One mango tree, I think, or almond tree. I was relaxing there. I waited till eternity. I went to Tamak here. I waited and waited. The kind of mammoth crowd there demoralized me from waiting for that. What did I do? I had to go my business. Then I look around. It was at, I don't know, that I hardly succeeded. Are you listening to me? Now, what is the need of holding it? Are they not going to import people from Chad again? Let me tell you, they're going to hold it until they start importing people from Niger. Are they not going to import people from Cameroon again? They are going to seize it until you see visa on arrival policy playing out. They will be trooping into Nigeria with train, inside train. Are you listening to me? Visa on arrival and your PVC will be given to you same day. Look, let me tell you, why is it so difficult in southern Nigeria to get PVC while it is as easy as ABC and APC tablets in the north? See, very cheap. To get PVC in the north is as cheap as APC. House to house, door to door. At the garage, they give to everybody. They give to 13-year-olds. Are you listening to me? They give to 9-year-olds. Let me tell you, youths in Nigeria, I'm sending my message across Nigeria. Mid-belt, core north, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, midwest, south-south. If you see anybody, if you are living in Kaduna, if you are living in Kano anywhere, if you see a little girl of 13 lining up, pick him the way they pick fowl. Don't beat him up. Chicken. Just pick her. Trash her one corner. Tell her you are not qualified. Tell the INEC officials that what they are doing, they are getting it wrong. It isn't right to allow the underage voters. Are you listening to me? That's our message to the youth across the country. This time around, they can never bribe us into believing or into eating our destiny for another 8 years. They can never bribe us. They can never buy us. We shouldn't be staying idle over what is happening in Nigeria. We should be awake. If you sleep, you are going to do what? Sell your destiny. You eat up your destiny while you are sleeping. If you are sharp, if you wake up in time, let me tell you, everything about your destiny will wake up. Nigerian youth should say, enough is enough, Christian. PVC has been hoarded, hiding. They are hiding it everywhere. The machines that is scattered all over Nigeria, they are just giving 1 million people one machine so that you people will wait for eternity. In fact, there are many things I discovered at Ojodu there, but I don't want to say it on camera. I always tell it to people off camera. A guy was counting. Who employed him? I don't know, but I saw somebody's cap. He wear an APC. Such a politician. The man was written. His picture was boldly printed on that cap. He was counting. Nna. Who is Nna? They said Nna. The name we know you're about to pronounce is Nnamunde. Nna. There are other names in Igbo that start with Nna. Let Nnamunde run. He says he's the one. Give me my own for where? Give him his own for where? All of us now, we are like, what is this guy doing? Then if I own, he did not give a fine. I'm not trying to say they are trying to sideline all Igbo. Not only Igbo, Yorubas. The same thing. In Southwest here, they are trying to deny us this PVC so that we won't kick them out of power. I didn't understand. So let me tell you, Christian is a wake-up call. Let everybody wake up in Nigeria so that we will kick injustice out of our
lastly,
system.
let's look at 18.39 billion spent on fuel subsidy per
Subsidy per day. What a figure. Yes, they give us this figure every day. This is what we hear on telly, over the radio, everywhere, on social media. Billion, trillion over oil subsidy. Oil subsidy policy that sprang up in 2011. Jonathan nearly ate concrete because everybody criticized him. Now, they are spending what? Such a staggering amount every day on daily basis. How much was Jonathan regime spending per day that warranted the protests that gooped Nigeria across Nigeria in 2011? Have we forgotten? They nearly crucified in Gozo Konjiwa. This is per day spending. Let me tell you, to me, it doesn't matter.
18.40 billion.
Yes.
Per day.
Whatever they talk, we believe, because there's nothing you can do. Okay? There is nothing, absolutely nothing we can do. These people are dictators. What is a dictator? What is having a field day? Let me tell you, APC chairman, haven't you heard what the man said? That Nigeria, where will be what? Borrowing till eternity. It's still another whatever now, this morning. There's something he said this morning.
Ticket best for Nigeria.
Thank you. He said, Muslim ticket. The APC chairman. He said, Muslim ticket is better. It's the best in Nigeria needs now. That is Muslim versus Muslim. If I begin to elaborate on this, we cannot go inside today. We will stay here. Remember, let me tell you, we are on oil subsidy. Are you listening to me? This subsidy has cost Nigeria a lot of things. There are many things about NNPC we don't know. See, some persons are benefiting from oil subsidy. There are people that are, catching in out of that stringent policy. I think understand. If not that people are benefiting from it, there shouldn't be anything like that in Nigeria. So those marketers, they are benefiting so much money. Then aligned with senators, with reps, I didn't understand, and other government agencies. They know what they are doing. They write 448, I think. That's per liter. Yeah.
Landing cost.
Landing cost, okay. See, let me tell you. Subsidy, APC has embraced it more than PDP. We had it for the first time from PDP regime. From the what? Jonathan regime. During Jonathan, we say, what is oil subsidy? Everybody will debated it. We fought about it. Some persons died. Many were shot at by the police over subsidy protest. Some persons get accident over subsidy protest. I think understand. So I don't think it's a big deal today.
Should they remove subsidy?
Should they? If they remove it, fine. If they don't remove it, fine. See, let me tell you, Nigeria has never been better right from 1960 till date. All they have been telling us is, if we remove subsidy, it will be better. If we put subsidy, it will be better. What is better? What is the meaning of better? We see everything like this, the way. Atiku will come, he said Nigeria would be better. The same way. Jonathan was there, Nigeria will be better. The same way. Niger man, Abubakar Mohammed, I'll be waiting for that in them from Niger. That is ruling all of you as we are present. He is here now. He's telling us that it will be better. It will be better. He's using our money, spending our money on Niger security operatives. While Nigerians are dying, Boko Haram and bandits are killing Hausas, Igbos, Yoruba. He's securing Niger. It will be better. Atiku is coming. It will be better. And remember that Atiku is a Fulani man. It will be better. I think understand. See, let me tell you. Nothing, absolutely nothing can change under this political class, this current political classes. They are idiots. Nothing. We need a wind of change. I don't mean it to be bloody, but if it could be bloody for Nigeria to be good, yes. They that profit from this kind of cruel atmosphere, do you understand, or dispensation, should pay with their blood, not innocent Nigerians. If revolution will be possible, I tell you, and you know that revolution cannot only be achieved, you can't achieve revolution with ordinary hand glove. You know, yes, you can't achieve it with ordinary what? Hand glove or egg. Revolution, bloody, I'm telling you, they should pay with their blood, not us.
Okay, thank you very much, Mercy. Can we get some people to call in this morning? I want Funigas, and also I want Drone Affairs to call in. I want even Jarek calling. To Nigeria also calling this morning. There's a link. Click on that link so you can be part of the program this morning. Who is on the line? Who's on the line?
Yeah, good morning, Chris. Big man.
Great man. One of the greatest men of our time, Mr. Anoche. I can see you. Your face is showing.
How are you today?
Contribute to the program. We are hearing you.
Okay, good. I want to say just some small thing today. You know, let us agree that power should go to north, south for fairness. And when it comes to south, we don't have only Yorubas. So any Yoruba man, any educated, enlightened Yoruba man that will support that unhealthy thing called Jagabandit, Tifnubu, is insane and very wicked and heartless, not good to be your friend. Because Yoruba, they have ruled as soldier, they have ruled, with Obasanjo. So now, if you will take the seat, next time it comes to South, it will be Calabar or Bendel, right? Because we don't have only one tribe in the South. That's why we Southerners are not able to beat the Northerners. If you go home today, Christian, study Nigerian map, we have more people in the South than in the North. Even more states in the South than in the North. But Northerners will come and take the whole West to rule us. Or they take the whole Southeast and the South to rule us. Are we stupid? And we are a highly educated group of people and intelligent. In my place, we always say that the intelligent man in Ugwu Hausa is Zonu Queen Alibo. Right? So where is our intelligence? So what I want to say is, all our Yoruba friends, if you vote for your sick brother, you are no longer our friend because you have ruled. Stay at home. I support IPOB. Divide Nigeria, we go in peace, or we are carrying the war from abroad, coming to Nigeria, come and set it ablaze. Right? Share Nigeria in peace, we go. Or we sell it, you give me my own money, I put in my back pocket and do what I want to do with it.
For your contribution. Mr. Noche is sounding a bit strict this morning.
God bless you.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
God bless you all. God bless you all. Ralph, I throw a salute. Ralph, President.
Yeah, thank you very much. God bless you.
Yeah, God bless.
Yes, who else do you have online this morning? Please, let's be tolerant. Okay, no one online. Let's call it a day. We've come to the end of the program this morning by Studies and Newsstands. I'm Christian Chico. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow. Bye for now.